Hey, good morning. It's me again. And guess what? We're 36 hours in. And who is still excited to not be eating? That would be me, believe it or not. And super excited to be on here with each of you this morning. Guys, comment below if you are still doing the KETO Reboot with us today. You're 36 hours in. We're going on to 60. For those of you that made it to the 18-hour mark and you checked that box and you said, that's where I'm going to start. Hey, give us a notification that you made it to the first part of good. Those of you that just hit better, right? You hit the 36. Super excited for each of you guys. So give us a check mark, give us a hands up, give us something that you got to let us know that you completed 36. And for those of you that are going on to best, right? Good, better, best. You're going on to 60. You're going on to the 60-hour mark with us tomorrow morning. We got 24 hours left, right? To make it to the 60-hour mark. If you're pushing to that 60-hour mark, give us some hands up, right? Give us some hands up. We want to see some interaction here. So for those of you that completed the 18-hour good first challenge, right? I want to see a muscle. If you got to the better, you got to the 36 this morning, right now. So like you're about to eat. So you made it to 36, you checked the box and you said, okay, I'm starting there for now. Give me a okay sign. I want to see the okay sign. So you got to give me a muscle, right? If you made it to 18, you got to give me an okay if you made it to 36. And those that are going all the way to 60, we haven't got there yet, obviously. But if you're in your mind saying, I'm going to go to 60, I want to see the hands up, right? Hands up if you're going to 60 with me. So here's a couple of things that we want to cover this morning. One, again, we always want to know where you're tuning in from, guys, whether it's replay or you're catching us live right now. Let us know where you're chiming in from because we love this community. The community is massive. We're having so much fun seeing so many of you guys share just your journey of what you're going through, what you're experiencing, how you're feeling, because everybody's journey is different. And that's what's so exciting about this. Every single month, it's a different experience. It's a different journey. You can't ever say it's going to be exactly the same every single month because your body's changing every month. What you ate is going to give you a different experience every month. It's always something that I have to say gives me a chance to kind of check myself, right? I think it's always about making sure that we are checking ourselves at the door and understanding why we're doing this and what we're doing this for. A lot of people are looking at this as a weight loss thing. I personally do it as a health thing. It's not so much about weight loss. And I did share with you guys yesterday, if you got to see my video yesterday, I have been sharing that, I just got back from vacation. I gained 7 pounds on vacation, but it wasn't 7 pounds of fat. I was in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico for a week on vacation. And it was me really just enjoying life. And then I use the KETO Reboot, not to lose the weight. I use the KETO Reboot to get my body back in balance. I'll lose the weight. That's not the issue because of the habits and basically the lifestyle that I have been living. I don't stress about the way I eat. So I think it's important for people to realize that this is always giving you a chance to just kind of check yourself at the door, and you're checking to see where you got your vices, where you say you think you have control, but you may not have control. Because a lot of times people say, well, I don't have any food issues, right? Until you cut food out completely, and then you start finding out, oh, wow, I really go to the pantry a lot, or I stop at this fast food store a lot, or I always go and grab this kind of certain drink a lot, right? And that's where you're getting a chance to really kind of deal with, I would say, an emotional place in life that a lot of people are still saying, ooh, okay, this is new, this is different. So here's a couple things that I'd love for you guys to share with us this morning, because I know everybody has different experiences, but how many people have experienced chills? how many people are getting cold, right? And not just because you live in the north and it's really cold, but how many people are actually feeling cold while you're rebooting? That's actually a real thing. How many of you are starting to, or you did, or you still are maybe experiencing a little bit of a headache, right? How many of you are enjoying the process and you have no issues and you actually have energy out the wazoo, right? So that's me. I have energy out the wazoo. Now, I will be honest with you guys. I was picking up my daughter from the airport last night, one of my 4 teenagers. I had to pick her up at the airport at 9:30 at night. Her plane was delayed. We didn't get her back till 10. We didn't get back to the house till about 10:45. I didn't get to bed till 11. I'm going to tell you, guys, I love to go to sleep early on my Keto Reboot days. And the fact that I was still up at 11 o'clock, I was like, I'm starting to get some munchies, right? I'm starting to feel the urge of wanting to eat something. And I'm like, I got to get to bed. I'm drinking water. I mean, it's crazy. Like I'm playing all the scenarios in my head. So for those of you that think I don't struggle, like I was up to 11 o'clock at night and I was struggling. Like it was making me go, okay, I'm starting to feel hungry. And that's just being real with you guys. And so I was like, get in bed, go to sleep. That was the quickest thing I could do. Because it's just a habit. We're just creatures of habit. And we want to do this all the time. Right. And it's not that our body's actually needing any kind of fuel because, I had all my ketones. I had my Signal OS. I had my Mitoplex. I had my bone broth. Like I said, I had great energy all day. I had a great workout. I worked out for an hour and a half. So what are we doing now? What are you doing now 36 hours into this? For those of you that are still going in to the 60 hours with us, you have now depleted glucose, right? You've now depleted your glycogen. And you've got all your carbs and your sugars mostly out of the way. So guess what we go to now? Now we're getting into what? Ketogenesis. What is ketogenesis? It's called fat burning. That puts you into a natural state of ketosis. Ketosis means that you have ketones in your blood, right? So when we say you can be in ketosis in 30 to 45 minutes by drinking ketones, it means we can put bioidentical ketones in your blood, right? In 30 to 45 minutes. Doesn't mean you're an automatic fat burner, but now going through this keto reboot, you are actually becoming a real fat burner now. You are in fat burning mode and you're still getting the chance to drink exogenous ketones, have our keto bone broth, using our Signal OS, getting the Mitoplex as well, using the electrolytes. Guys, the system is designed specifically for exactly what we know, science, research, and all the evidence proves that you will experience in 60 hours. You give me all the products and you give me all 60 hours, I'm gonna show you all the experiences of something amazing because you don't know what you don't know. And that was me 3.5, 4 years ago. I didn't know what I didn't know. So for me to do this now, it's like I look forward to it. I'm encouraged by it. I'm motivated by it. I can't say every single time I do it is easy, because every journey is different. But if you think about this, when you start to feel hungry or when you start to feel like, you know what, I'm starting to struggle or shoot, I should just probably eat something or just have a little, here's a couple tips that I want to give you, right? One of them, and then you guys have probably heard several coaches talk about this if you watched this before, but go brush your teeth. Like that's a crazy kind of thing to think about, but if you brush your teeth, it actually makes you almost kind of realize I don't need to eat anymore. Drink water, a lot of water, and drink tons of water. That's a huge benefit to you. I'll be honest with you. Get out and get moving. That's another huge benefit to you. Guys, if you can lay down and take a nap, I know it sounds crazy, but if you just lay down and take a nap and sleep it off, like that actually works too. Go to bed early. I know that sounds crazy, but that works too. For parents that are cooking for your kids and your family members that aren't doing the keto reboot, but you are, right? Here's a couple things to think about as well. All I got to say is I would drink a big glass of water before I start cooking. Before you go out to eat or whatever it may be. I would find, personally, I find a sugar-free gum or a mint of some kind that I can usually keep in my mouth. And that's just me. It suffices me from even thinking about trying to put something in my mouth. I use mouthwash. If you use mouthwash, use a mouthwash. That always helps as well too. So there's so many different tricks to the trade of how to get from now 36 to the 60. And just think about this. You only have, of the last 24 hours that we have left, you really only have about 12, maybe 14 hours that you're going to be awake, okay? You're about to sleep off. You can sleep off the last 8 to 10 hours. So you're really just got to get through this right now. This right now. This is all it's just drink your ketones. Guys, if you have extra ketones, drink extra ketones. I personally do. I drink anywhere from 3 to 4 packets of ketones in conjunction with what I have in the Keto Reboot kit. For me, it just works. I like it. I've already had my unleashed ketones this morning. I start every morning with my Black Label unleashed ketones. And I'm always trying to stay with a high concentration level of ketones in my blood as I'm cleansing. And I think that's one of the biggest things that you can do is realizing I got to stay ahead of the game, right? I want you to be proactive here. And I want you to think about being ahead of the game, because when you get behind the ball, let's say you miss your keto bone broth, let's say you miss your Signal OS, let's say you miss your Mitoplex, those things are going to start adding up, right? And that's where you got to stay ahead of the game, and you got to be planning. Planning is a big part of this, guys. It just is. You got to plan your day. And it's just, but it's going to be such a huge benefit to when you plan. When you plan and prepare, you have success. And that's 10 times, I mean, I can show you 1,000 stories of people that plan and prepare that find success. So as we go through this quick little tutorial of kind of what to expect and how we deal with some of the things that are kind of coming about over these next, last 24 hours. For those of you that, again, you check the box on the 18, you check the box on the 36, right? You got there, it was your first time, you're just in and you just said, I got to try this out and see what it's about. Congratulations, right? Huge congratulations, because that was me. In the very beginning, guys, I didn't jump right into a 60-hour keto reboot. I started with doing half a day. Then I went to doing a full day. And then I messaged Coach Rob and I'm like, holy cow, Coach Rob, like I just did 24 hours. I had a killer workout. I only drink ketones. Like, you got to try this. Coach Rob is like, no way, can't do it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to lose muscle. And then that, guys, our experience was not jumping right into 60. So I want to give you guys the feedback of realizing there is no way to fail at this. There really isn't. So you cannot say, well, gosh, I feel like a failure because everybody else is going on to 60 and I only did the 18 or the 36. There's no way to fail. You got to realize that this is a process. And we all started with that process just like you. So you're getting to see a guy that's now done this for 33, 34, I don't know, maybe more than that, because I started doing this back in 2016. So for me, it's been a process. As a lot of you are experiencing, give yourself a thumbs up. Give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself something to go, you know what? I liked how I felt and I like where I'm going. And I want to do this again next month, right? And I'm going to try to go to 36 or I'm going to try to go to 60. Like I said, every month is a new experience. Every month you're experiencing something different. But the benefits of what you're going through and what you're putting your body through is far exceeding what you're ever going to see on the outside. Let's say that again. What your experience is and what your body's going through is far exceeding anything that you are going to see on the outside. It's internally what is happening here and here, right? There's a big change happening within your anatomy that a lot of us can't see. And all I got to say is trust the process, right? Trust the process. The science, the research, everything validates why we do this, why we should be doing this, why we drink ketones daily, why we reboot monthly. Guys, this is what it's all about. And then there's a whole nother, level that we're inviting you to from a community aspect of joining us on a whole nother journey after the Keto Reboot. So guys, stay tuned into this group, right? I said this yesterday in my video. I'm first of 4 coaches today. So you have 3 more coaches coming on, right? And why? Because it's motivation, it's accountability, it's encouragement, it's education, it's stories that you may not relate with me for whatever reason, right? but you're going to relate with somebody else. And that's why we want you guys to each have an opportunity to try to connect with somebody, to try to see, okay, maybe they're in my shoes, right? And I get what they're going through. And oh my gosh, they just said something that I'm experiencing. That makes me feel like I'm not the only one. Because I'll be honest with you, a lot of times people say, I feel like I'm the only one going through this. And you're not, because you're in a group with 106,000 other people that are all experiencing something. And I can guarantee you're not the only one going through this. So my motivation, my encouragement for you today is what? To move, to plan and prepare, to stay ahead of the game. Drink your ketones, drink more ketones if you need them. It's okay. Stay ahead of the game with how you're feeling. And if you start to feel like you're wavering, right? I think that's always a big one. You got to be aware. Awareness is big. So when you're aware of how things are going, then you got to start planning and preparing to then combat those kind of feelings and those emotions. Are you hungry today? I don't know. It may be an emotional crutch. It may be a habitual thing, right? It may be the fact that you've already drank your ketones and now you're experiencing what we call metabolic shift, right? We're metabolically shifting. You're going from being a sugar burner to now a fat burner, right? And that's where a lot of people have to get to that hump, right? Some people, the hump is bigger than others. Some people, there's no hump at all. It's straight smooth sailing. I'll be honest with you guys, my day 2 is actually always easier than my day 1. And one of the reasons why I can tell you that is because I have sugar that I have to burn through. And so for my body to metabolically shift and get through that, it's not always fun. But I can tell you, once I get through it, it's game changer. All the way over, game changer. I wake up 10 times better. I wake up feeling rejuvenated. I slept so much better. I have energy. My workouts are great. I just love day 2. Day 2 for me really hits home because I can really feel what my body is experiencing. And I think that's one of the biggest things that, again, I just never knew. And I've always said, you don't know what you don't know until you have an experience. So for those of you that are going on and having this experience and doing more of this with us, congratulations. Love each and every one of you. Hey, we got more coaches coming. Stay tuned into the group. You're going after, remember, we're staying in the process for those that are going on to 60, ketogenesis today, fat burning. If you're still with us, you're a fat burner. You're doing good. Keep it up. Love each and every one of you guys. Keep commenting in the comment section where you are, how you're feeling, what you're going through. If you need some motivation, need some encouragement, let us know. We're here to support you and love you. And stay tuned for the next coach coming up.